Alright, well, I don't think anybody's watching, but I'll yak anyways. I got a few minutes here. Monday, Labor Day, just out here. I stopped at one of my fields to pick up some hay tarps. So I got some round bales to haul today before I go to a cookout at a buddy's house, and took a turn in the field and broke a tie rod. And so I got that off right here. Buddy of mine, tie rod end at AutoZone, and unfortunately, it for an F-150, even though he said F-350. So next town over's got one, and luckily I have my torches with me. It'd heat everything up a little bit to get stuff off, but so I'm just waiting right now. But I'll take a look at these hay fields here and see what we got. This is a grass hay, and if we have unless we have a lot of rain in the summer, our grass doesn't grow at all for second cutting. I mean, it takes a lot to get it to grow. You can see it's short. There's nothing there. So now the wild card is do you wait? When do you cut it? You know, if you do want to cut it, is it worth the fuel to cut? And it'll keep growing here into October. But we start, and we get some freak really warm weather sometimes in October as well, but, it's just some of this stuff here. This bluegrass here is all brown. Got some trefoil here. So, just kind of waiting to see if this stuff's really going to grow or not. There's some taller spots. And a lot of people wait for this second cutting grass hay, especially, for these older horses. They want some second cutting grass, but it's just so low yielding, The alfalfa fields I've already done my third cut on. But deal is like, do you cut this or do you wait for it to grow a couple more weeks? But in a couple weeks, is it going to be too cold to do anything, to get it to dry? So, short, I already noticed a really significant shorter days now. A lot more dew in the morning, so it's like, can you get this stuff dry? So it happens every fall. This is when the grass comes out. Oh, hey Egg Wild. Yeah, so hay season's almost done. There's 150 acres of this to do, but that's a lot of ground. But there's nothing here. You blow through this stuff fast, and this I'd like to square bale. Here's a good idea of how tall it is. Because the neighbor here, I lease this field, but I guess just trying to be neighborly, these neighbors, he asked if he could mow a path in my field to walk every day. He's retired, and I'm like, well, I really don't want him to, but you're just a jerk, I guess, if you don't let him, They don't, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. Every time he mows, though, I told him, I go, you got to move this, not year after year in the same spot. It creates a berm, and you bounce every time. But there you go, there's the height. It isn't very tall. Not very tall stuff. I know it's thick, though. Sometimes it gets thicker, and it's kind of deceiving, but I don't know. Grass is such a disappointment. I tell you what, I think grass is way more expensive to produce because of the yield so low. And a lot of people sell grass hay cheaper than alfalfa. You should be selling grass hay, second cutting, way more money than first cutting. Than alfalfa second cutting, because you just don't get the yield off it, but you got to cover the same amount of ground. This field here is a trefoil field. You can see here, that's bird's foot. Probably a little bit of fescue in there. Walk over to this next field and look at it. Oh, who is that? Who is the chat there? Let's see. I missed it. The chats don't stay on the screen. So I don't know, I'm on my cell phone. Walk over to this next field, see if it's doing any better. I mean, you see a little bit here. But it's gonna be nice hay if I can get it put up, get it baled. But, and then, like I say, there's a lot of acreage of this. So, yeah, I was gonna haul some of them Sudex bales I baled the other day today. Get them stacked and tarped. Those are gonna be cattle feed. And I got some hay to go deliver today before going to a cookout. And gonna try to enjoy a little bit of Labor Day. But yeah, this is the next field, and again, not much here. So we had this year's reversed. We had a good first cutting, no second cutting. Last year, no first cutting, but a lot of second cutting. But hay is still in short supply. And we're getting into fall. The trees have lightened up. There's some sugar maples that have turned color. This is like oak and hickory. The hickories turn bright gold in the fall. Real pretty. But okay, my ride is here to pick me up, to take me into town. I got that tie rod end off that truck. I'm gonna take it in and size it up, and yeah, I was way over there, took a left-hand turn onto this road running north-south here. I felt something weird happen. That tie rod end broke there. I drove probably 400 yards to the field entrance and was able to pull in the field, and I got out and looked. I thought maybe I had a flat tire. Then I drove right over here to where I stopped with the truck, and that front left tire where the ends broke, that outer end, that front tire tracked and kept going forward. So I don't know. No, not sure how that happened. But all right, I got some round bales tarped. Yeah, I got some round bales here tarped, and this is some pretty nice hay. This will go to horses here. Come back in the winter and get this stuff. I started using a longitudinal strap on these stacks. Keeps the ends, this way you can keep the end breathable without the ends blowing up. The wind gets so strong, you got these end straps, but that wind torques on those straps and loosens them up, and then you get the end kind of blowing open. And but this will be some nice hay to come back in the winter and get. You know, these will be $100 round bales. The trefoil hay. Damn nice stuff when you see it. Nice and green. A lot of leaves. Look at all that leaf falling out there. That's that trefoil. Just so much leaf everywhere. It's nice hay. It don't yield like alfalfa does. On wet ground it yields good. But, you know, all in all, alfalfa out produces it. But it's right in the right type of field. Kind of northern climates you grow it. You're in a really hot climate, I don't know if the stuff will do real good. So, all right, well, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Enjoy your Labor Day. I'm going to go get my truck fixed and get to my other truck and start hauling some hay, hopefully.